afternoon and welcome to Rangers Radio. I'm Linda, and joining me on this pre-match show today for Rangers versus Livingston is Albert. How you doing, Albert?
I'm good, Lindy. How are you?
Yeah, I'm very well. Looking forward to the game today. I believe you've got the teams, and if you want to read it out, go for it.
I'll go for it. It's McGregor, Tavernier, King. I'm going to say Kingston again. I keep saying this player. King, Ben Davies, Barisic, Lundstrom, Steve Davis, Arfield, Tillman, Kent and Sholak.
Good stuff. I'll read out the subs as well, Albert. So on the bench, we've got McLaughlin. It looks like Ridvan's made the bench as well. Matondo, Sands, Morelos, Wright, Roof, McCann and Fashion Jr. So what's your first thoughts in the team? Anything kind of stand out for you?
Not really. I think it's we probably could have guessed it, couldn't we? Well, maybe we could. It's Gio right enough. Maybe we couldn't have guessed it. But it's just standard fare, isn't it? It's a good enough team, and I don't see anything wrong with the team. It's not, if they turn up and play, they'll win the game comfortable. But it's a turning up bit. It's a problem, isn't it?
Yeah, and I suppose, Albert, it is all about getting the result, isn't it? We want the 3 points, but we really are kind of overdue a bit of a performance from them, aren't we?
Aye, we are. It's no fair. It's no fair what's getting dished up. But again, mitigating circumstances, blah, blah, blah. We don't know the full story, a lot of this. We only know what we know. We get wheels for the social media, mainstream media and bits and pieces here, but nobody's actually in the know, if you know what I mean. It's just a case of you get some information and you see what you see on the part and you make your judgment for there. So a lot of the criticism and what they're getting is just for that. If we actually knew what was going on and knew why Kent was off form and knew why Morelos looks peed off, and well, we could actually make an informed judgment on what's happening, but we only can see what we can see. But I think now, Lindy, it's time to draw the line. No more criticism. It's done. It's finished. We just need to draw the line. We need to set the goals now, reset ourselves and say, look, our goal was to get into the Champions League. We managed that. Okay, we've not done ourselves justice in there. That's fair enough. Put it to the side. Now it's the league, the Scottish Cup, the League Cup. Now we need to set the goals. We want the league. So set them and tell all the players. Every league game we play now is a cup final. We want the league. That's what we want. We want the Scottish Cup. We want the League Cup. So get your priorities right. Get a lead in the league. Win the League Cup, then go on to the Scottish Cup. So start setting them. They're resetting the whole team. The whole mindset of the whole club needs to reset now. Yeah,
absolutely. And if we look at the team just before we get the phone lines open and we'll get some callers in and people can give us their views. So I suppose there's not really any sort of surprise about McGregor sort of keeping his place, Albury. He seems to be sort of regarded as the number one again, I think.
Aye, I don't think we've any choice, Linda. We've just got to. We've seen what McLaughlin can do, and he is basically a number two, and let's not kid ourselves on. He's never going to be anything more than a number two. He's not a bad number two, to be honest with you, but no, he's not a main man. He's just not a main, and that's pretty. So it's more concerning that McCory's no pressing at least McLaughlin. Maybe no McGregor, but at least McLaughlin for the number two position. That's my concern, but McGregor is the man, isn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. And then that back four is kind of picking itself just now. So from the Dundee game, Sands drops out and Ben Davies comes in. So there's no really a surprise there because we kind of do need King and Davies to start kind of really cementing a good partnership, don't we?
Aye, definitely. I was quite surprised when they're playing against Dundee for that very reason that you just said there, Linda. But there it is. But you're right. They need to start cementing a partnership for the foreseeable future anyway, because it's most important.
And what about young Ridvan Yilmaz? I think he did quite well the other night, but probably Borna would maybe have come back in anyway, Albert. But I know that the young guy took a knock, didn't he?
Aye. Well, according to Gio, he took a knock, but it seems like everybody takes an alt in our team now. But anyway, he's done well, the boy. I'll give him his due. He did do well. He looks if he's got a wee bit about himself. The only concern again with that boy is his height. It's our measuring sticks, Ross Wilson. I think he measures all. Anybody's bigger than him's not getting playing for Rangers. You know what I mean?
I think that's known in modern day terms as being heightist, but never mind. So that's the back four. Then we move in and we've got Lundstrom and Davis, and good on Stephen Davis. We're having to rely on him just now, but he was probably one of the bright sparks on Wednesday night, wasn't he?
I mean, that's another good point. I mean, think about this. If we didn't sign McGregor, Davis and Arfield for only extensions, where would we be this season? Because these three guys have come in and pulled us out of the hole, three of them on different occasions. It's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. But people are saying we shouldn't have signed them. They're probably right. But you've got to look at the value they've brought to the team for this year with that extra year. If it wasn't for them, I think we'd be further behind the league. And I don't think we'd have made the Champions League either.
Yeah, absolutely. And then obviously, if it's a 4-2-3-1, we're probably looking at Arfield playing on the right, Tillman in the middle, and Kent on the left, with Cholak being the kind of a figurehead.
Aye. Main man in the middle. You got to get the main man in the middle and go to supply him. Please supply the guy. It's just fair. It's just unfair that he doesn't get it. But what he does get and what he works off, he does a hell of a good job. Really, honestly, a hell of a good job.
Okay, so that's our initial thoughts. So it would be good to get some people to come in and give us their views on the team. So let's hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show. It's your platform. Let's hear from you.
So we've got VAR today in the Scottish Premier League for the first time. Any initial thoughts on that?
Aye, well, my idea of I don't know. But I have heard the silly questions for the journalists or the people talking to Van Bronckhorst and Cholak. Who does it benefit? It's not there to benefit anybody. It's there to make sure the right decisions get made. So that's not a benefit for anybody. That's a benefit for the whole of football. We all want to make sure the right decisions are getting made. That's all it is. But everybody seems to think it's tilted towards forwards, or it's tilted towards defenders, or it's tilted towards a particular team. It's not meant to be like that. It's meant to be, if you're offside, they miss it, VAR sees it, it's offside. Offside's offside, a penalty's a penalty, blah, blah, and so you go on. And it always comes down to, I mean, the only concern I've got, to be honest with you, and it's no VAR. I can't see Willie Collum and Clancy and people like that actually changing their mind when they've made the decision. You know what I mean? They'll go and look at the screen and go, nah, I was right, that was wrong and all. No, I mean, there's nothing you can do. And by the way, there's no rule that says that they have to go to the screen. You know what I mean? So they can refuse to go. But even if they did go, they still don't have to take what they see. They can still go, no, my decision was right. And I can see that happening a lot up here.
Aye. I suppose our manager's been kind of quite vociferous about it, hasn't he, kind of since he came to the club. And he was talking yesterday a wee bit about how Holland were one of the first countries to have it all there. And he did say there was teething problems, and it in terms of like the amount of times it was taking them to make the decisions, but they obviously got better. So we're going to have to just run with it. I'm pleased it's in, because as you say, there's some stonewall decisions that need to be probably corrected by VAR. We've seen it, haven't we, over the last couple of seasons? So let's see how it pans out. So in terms of the Rangers team today, who do you see are the main men, and who are you looking for in terms of putting on good performances today?
Well, basically the five at the back. I'm looking for them to be solid. I really am. Lundstrom, I'm looking for him to move the ball a lot faster than he's been doing. Davis will do what Davis does. Arfield will do what Arfield does. Tillman needs to get really involved in this game for longer periods than he does, because the boys got it. Let's be honest. We all see what the boys got, and the goal against Motherwell just proved everybody what they all knew. It was a fantastic goal. So the boys got that in his locker, but I want more in it. And I definitely, what I'm looking for that boy is not so much these sort of runs, which is brilliant if he could do it every week, but I'm looking for him to pick passes, especially for Cholak, Kent. You know what I mean? I'm looking for him to pick the passes to get them on the ball in dangerous areas. You know what I mean? Like through balls. I'm looking for the through balls so they're running onto them. Cholak does what Cholak will do. We all know that boy. You feed him, he'll score. So Kent needs to come into form. I think the boy just needs to reset himself, just clear his head completely. Just say, look, I'm just going for this. I don't care what anybody's shouting. I'm going for this. And I'm including Van Bronckhorst and his crew on the side. If I was him, I would just go, nah, I'm not listening to him. I'm going for it myself.
Yeah, and we're wanting Kent to hit a bit of form. Nobody likes to see one of your so-called best players sort of constantly not playing well. And his decision making has been poor at times, hasn't it, Albert? But you just want him to cut in, have a few shots, shoot on his left foot, on his right foot, and it gets the crowd going. And I think if he can get a goal and kick on, we thought that against Hearts right enough, but I don't know if it's a confidence thing. It could be the contract situation. We just don't know. But everybody's just willing him to kick on and hit a bit of form, aren't they?
Aye, I'm embarrassed. Everybody, we're hoping they're all. I mean, I criticise him a lot, as you know, Linda. I get well known for it now. I don't know why, but I'm well known for it. But I'm one of these guys I'm not going to have a happy clap, and I'll never do that. I mean, if I'm going to give you praise, you know that it's coming for the heart, and it's meant the praise. I'm not going to blow smoke up MD's trumpet. No, I mean, it's not happening. It's so when these players. Criticising these players, I want every single one of the players that I criticise and the whole team in general to ram it down my throat, to prove me right. Ram it right down my throat, and you'll not get anybody more happy. A happy bear I will be if they ram that right down my throat. I love them to prove me wrong, but they need to go some now. They really do. I think they're capable. Don't get me wrong. I think they're capable. They just need to turn up.
And the thing is, we want a performance in terms of we want goals. I mean, that's what football's all about. And ultimately, yeah, the 3 points is the most important thing. But if you can get a couple of goals up, you can then start to look to the bench and bring people on that need minutes, like players like Roof. Maybe young McCann could come on again today. Obviously Morelos as well. He looked. I mean, I don't know what was wrong with him during the week. Something not quite right there. But if you're only 1-0 up, Albert, things start to get a bit nervous, and then he doesn't make any changes. So if you get a couple of goals, you go in maybe 2 or 3 goals up even at half time. You can start to look to the second half and get people back on the park.
See, the thing about it, Linda, I don't know if you agree with this, but the thing I see about a nothing each at half time, I don't mind a nothing each. I don't like it. I don't want it. I want Rangers to be 4 and 5 and 6 up at half time, right? But if you're a nothing each at half time, but the team that you're playing is struggling to control you, struggling to hold you, there you go. You can't ask for much more than that. They're struggling to hold us. The fact that teams are walking in and you're 1-0 up or nothing each at half time and they're doing it comfortable, that you look at the opposition and go, they done that comfortable. That's concerning. Now, the day I want that Livingston, no one could cause us problems. I want us to cause them. I want them to struggle to contain us. Absolutely struggle. And that's what Kent and the whole lot of them all need to know. Sherlock, Tillman and all that. They all need to know. You need to be on your top game to control me, because there's no way I'm honing the game to you. I'm not giving you the initiative. I'm taking the initiative away from you, and you need to struggle to hold me. And I want the whole team to think like a team and go, nah, we're going to run the legs after them. We're going to have them know if they're coming or going. Don't know if their rings, board drilled or punched. That's my saying, right? That's what they should be doing to these teams. So if it's nothing each at half time, but you look at that Livingston and they're dripping with sweat and getting it, good God, man, that was a shift and a half we put in there. That's you sit and go, well, 10 out of 10 Rangers. I've not got a problem with that one. It's just that you've been unlucky in front of goal or whatever. But see if you're looking at Livingston walking off and half none of the strips are dirty or sweaty and you get it, they've done that at Canada. That's not acceptable. No for a Rangers team. That's just not acceptable. No at Ibrox, no anywhere. And this team needs to understand that. And once they do understand that, their inability will shine through, no doubt about it, Wonder. They will shine.
Yeah, and I think that was one of the criticisms from the midweek game, was the fact that it looked quite comfortable for Dundee. They didn't look as if they had, didn't it? No, they weren't on their backs or anything, And as you've rightly said, look at the way we've been run ragged in the Champions League. And I'm not saying it's totally comparable because of the standard of team we're playing against, but you're absolutely spot on. They should walk off at half time, dying to get into the dressing room for a break, the Livingston players. What do you think they'll do today? Because Martindale is a good manager, isn't he? And they've got some big guys, haven't they? They talk about they're quite physical. that they'll probably maybe still sit a bit tight, Albert, and try and get us on the break, maybe.
Well, they're going to attack the boy King. They're going to put their big monsters on King. There's no doubt about it. The boys getting lumped up the park to where King is situated, and that big guy's going to rough him up, and they're going for second ball. No doubt about it. They got a bit of success and scored the goal against us at their bidding at the beginning of the season, if you remember. And we did struggle to control that big guy. Now we've got an inexperienced defence, and as much as Davis is no a Rangers player with any great experience, and King is no a great first team experience. So Martin Daly's no daft. He's going straight for the heart of our defence, no doubt about it. He's going straight at us. And I don't blame the guy. I mean, you do it yourself. You pick out weaknesses in teams and you attack them. That's what it's all about. So if the boy King comes through this, we shite 10 out of 10 or 7 out of 10. He'll be doing well today, because that big guy's playing. He's a handful. He really is a handful. Yeah,
absolutely. So Albert and I have given some initial views on the team and what we're looking for today. But it would be good to get some people to come in and join us, maybe give us a score prediction, or would you have played anybody different? Let's hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
So he's played Arfield on that sort of, maybe he will play on that right-hand side there. It's a real problem position for us, Albert, isn't it? And we've tried so many different people there. And Sakala the other night, I thought that was one of the poorest games he'd ever had for Rangers. And if you think about, a couple of weeks ago, he seemed to play quite well, but we just can't seem to get anybody to cement that position, eh?
I've got a theory on it myself. I don't think Van Bronckhorst, I didn't think Gerrard either want to solve that problem. They don't want it solved. If they keep that problem sitting in the team, it allows them to rotate their squad. Players that get games that wouldn't normally get games can get games now. But if you solve that problem, that means that you're sitting with a 30-man squad with no gaps to fill, and you've no chance of getting them into the first team. You get first team football. So by having that problem there on that right hand side, you probably get 60, maybe 8 guys rotating into that. And as you pointed out, we've tried a hell of a lot of people in that, and I don't believe for a minute you can resolve it. I don't think. So I think, and I honestly think Sakala's the answer to it. But you need to give the guy a run of games. You need to give him maybe half a dozen games, and he'll know. He doesn't like him, and he's not prepared to do it. But there you go. The wee guy had a nightmare. Not a nightmare, but he never played well at all. And he still flashed 2 or 3 balls across that area.
Yeah. And
that's him playing bad.
Aye, that's right. As you see, it's very difficult to hit a bit of form when you're constantly in and out of the team, isn't it? It doesn't matter what sport you play. If you're constantly in and out the team, you're only getting 10, 15 minutes here or there. You can't get any consistency, and also that affects your confidence. That's why when we look at somebody like Kent, who constantly gets to play, and he plays full matches near enough, like he is the one sort of winger, sort of wide player that is getting to play every week. So that's why we're looking for more from him. Barisic is obviously going to come back in. What did you think about young Ridvan the other night? Did you like the way he played, maybe particularly in the first half?
I thought the boys got something about him. He did. I listening to Fox. Ox was saying about pinging the ball about, and he's right. The boy can take a pass and give a pass, and he looks to have a wee bit of pace, and he's got a bit of football awareness about him. No, I mean a wee bit of football brain. He's only the only concern I've got is his height, and I'm no kidding on because of he. But again, we'll try and get him to mark somebody at free kicks and corner kicks. We'll get him to try and mark somebody. At best, he's a front post or back post marker. That's where you should have him and Davis on the posts, because they're not going to jump with anybody. But apart from that, the boy has got something. I think he's going to be a good addition. I really do. Put it this way, we don't keep playing that boy and he can't get into the team. They need to know lend him out. They need to sell him in January so we can get cash and buy a couple of decent midfielders. That's what we need.
Yeah, aye. And I think obviously Gio's been asked a few times, over the last couple of weeks about Ridvan, and he's kind of said that it's maybe taking him time to sort of settle in. And I suppose it is coming over from a foreign country. You're trying to learn a bit of the language as well, Albert, I suppose, try to sort of get into the style of play. But it's good he's on the bench because, as I said, if we can get a few goals, then you can start to see the changes. Good to see Roof the other night. I thought he looked reasonably okay when he came on, but it was a wee bit, he wasn't on enough to judge him, but it's good to see him back in the squad, eh?
Aye, definitely, but how long's it going to be there? No, I mean, there is no question the guy's ability, none whatsoever. I'm not bringing that into question at all. The guy's a player. He is a player. He's proved he's a player. He's scored some fantastic goals for us, in big games as well. It's just this getting him on the park, carry on. No, I mean, I hope that, well, what we've been led to believe, and again, it's rumours, we don't know, is these problems that he had. Now, I think he's had an operation. I'm not sure if he has, but I think he's done something. I think they've got to the bottom of the problems that he's got. Not just with us, with all the clubs he's ever been with. So let's hope it's true, because we really need guys like him. We really do.
Yeah, and I suppose if as you say, if we can go, at them with a really high tempo and they're all, feel as if they've been in a game, you can take players like Kent and Arfield off and bring on maybe Matondo and even Fashion to go at them again, so they're not getting any respite. But I do think that he leaves his substitutions quite late, because if it is only this 1-0, sometimes I think he's a wee bit wary about making subs, and then what if we concede a goal? So it is really important if we can get a couple of goals up. We've obviously got Lundstrom and we've got Tav in the team as well today, and I just don't think he can afford to rest them just now, because of what's available to him and all these rumours that they're both carrying knocks. But it just shows you, Alberry, we just don't have the squad now to make the changes there.
I don't know if I believe the injuries. I don't know if I'm probably wrong, but I don't believe any of them got injuries. But I think what's happening with Lundstrom and Tavernier, they're playing a macho game between each other. I think if their two are injured, which Lundstrom says that he is, got carrying a wee injury, and he's trying to hint, and he was digging at other players when he turned around and says, see, it's on your head. You go for these scans and they tell you it's okay, but you still feel injured. So it's in your head, really. So he's aiming a dig. But privately, I think him and Tav have got a wee, I'm no falling out first of the team. I'm not going to injured for the team. I'm staying in the team type thing. That's what it seems to be with they two, because everybody keeps telling me Tav's got an injury. Might have, I don't know. He's not playing well, I know that. Because he's not playing well doesn't necessarily mean he's got an injury. That's a Barisic move, remember. But anyway, it is what it is. I mean, I'm looking to see Tav starting to bomb on the day, because, let's be honest, Tav is a hopeless defender, but brilliant going forward, absolutely. And I want him up there then. Let's affect the game where you can affect the game, and you can affect the game further forward at the back post, crosses, free kicks, things like that. Let's get him involved in the game where he is strong. I don't know if you think he's got an injury. I don't know. I can't see it. I know he wins. I never seen that, but I wouldn't say anybody's telling lies or anything. But he sort of winced when he was warming up against Motherwell. I don't know.
I mean, that could.
I would hope, Linda, that if he was injured, he wouldn't have been in the team.
No, and the thing about it is that it's just this worry that we've kind of ran players into the ground a wee bit over the last couple of seasons, haven't we? When you think back to Alfie and the way that he was playing with that injury, and if Lundstrom is carrying a bit of a knock, but you know yourself, Albert, a knock can mean anything. I mean, if it's an ankle, you just strap it up and you go out and play, don't you? I mean, that probably that happens all the time, and it doesn't matter what sport you're playing. No, with Tav, I think he could just be a bit off for him, but he just doesn't seem to be getting up and down the touchline to get the crosses into the box the same as he normally is. But as you say, that could just be a wee bit of a loss of form as well. I'd like to see us having some more shots at goal as well, would you? But I mean, sometimes I don't know what, we seem to pass the ball to death, and I know there's quite a lot of players in front of them sometimes, but the ball can take a deflection. It can end up in the back of the net, eh?
That's it. So that's what we're talking about. Let's work this mob. Let's really work this mob. Let's see them sweating. Let's see them with last-ditch tackles and throwing themselves about the place like maniacs to try and stop us, to try and contain us. That's what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for this horseshoe nonsense and slow, methodical, boring football. You're going, nah, any team in the world can defend against that. I don't care. The worst teams in the world can defend against that. But if you start zipping that ball about and it's raining today, so the ball should be zipping about the day. Shots, plenty of shots. You just said there, Linda, I want plenty of shots as well. Let's rain shots down in their goal for all angles. I don't care who it is. Everybody should be get a remit to shoot on sight. So I'm looking for it. One of the strange things for me is, see the players that we've got out injured, they don't seem to get injured on the park. They always get injured by non-contact. I don't understand that.
I know. When was the last time you seen somebody get flying in for a tackle or something like that, and then they've got up and they've had to be stretchered off or anything? I mean, you don't want to tempt any fate, right? But as you say, when does that ever happen? All we ever hear about injuries is in non-playing days. So I don't know what's going on over at Auchenhowie. We'll never find out. But so there's only about half an hour to go to kick-off, and we'll be into the last sort of 15-20 minutes of the show here. So can somebody come and join us and give us some thoughts? So
no, they're all happy, by the way. They're all happy. Everybody out there's happy.
Yes, there must be another game going on somewhere.
Now, that might be a point. But anyway, I'll give you my prediction today. I think it will be 4-0 for Rangers.
Brilliant. Scorers?
I think Cholak will get a couple again. I think Alfie will go on the score sheet today, and I'm hoping Kent gets on the score sheet. Yeah,
Alfie to come off the bench for a wee goal, that would be nice.
Aye, that'd be a wee cherry in the cake.
Do you think if Cholak's got 2 goals, he'll take him off in the 70th minute? Aye.
Aye, seems to do that. The boy's not destined not to get a hat trick, isn't he? He must be sitting going, I could be a Rangers hero now.
he must be going up the road, and his wife's probably just gave him a match ball anyway and said to him, just kid on, you scored 3 goals today.
I know. Aye, you're a hero in my eyes. Here's the ball. I know if that was me, I'd be like, keep the ball, where's my tea?
I know. I was watching the wee, obviously he was on the presser yesterday, and he's a lovely guy, he really is. He comes over really well, and I was watching him and I thought, God, he's kind of the one bright spark just now, isn't he, Albert? So let's hope.
He's definitely a positive attitude, isn't he? He comes out the sort of guy that you wouldn't mind going for a pint with. You sit down and listen to the guy talking, you know what I mean? Because he comes over as a smart guy and a really nice guy, and he's a fantastic finisher. He really is a fantastic finisher. It's good to see him. It really is good to see him. I'm that pleased that we actually got a player back, a penalty box player that actually can put the ball in the net. Don't I mean? Roof's that type of player as well. He can finish. He can definitely finish. So that bodes well. Now we've got 3 centre forwards all fit and ready to play now.
Yeah, and I think with Cholak at the beginning, people were saying, he's not linking up the plays as well as he should be, constantly comparing him to Morelos all the time. But he's a different player. But I actually think his link-up plays got a bit better at Albury, and it probably just took him a wee while to kind of get up to speed with that.
Me personally, I don't care about link-up play. My goals, I want my goal scorers to score goals. I don't care. I don't care what else they do. Just score goals. I don't care. I wouldn't give a damn what they do. I just want them to score goals. You never take goals out your team, and that boy scores goals. You can bring him on and like Alfie, he links up, does that, but he misses sitters. And you go, that's not good to me. I'd rather he didn't link up with anybody but took all these sitters and started scoring their goals, because that's what makes the difference in the game. But I don't want to turn them into Alfie. Probably that's what I'm trying to say, Linda. I don't want Cholak to turn into Alfie. I don't want Roof to turn into Alfie either. Alfie's Alfie. So I like these other players that score goals. I want Kent to score goals. I want Sakala to score goals who he can. I want Matondo. I want Wright. I want all my forward players to start scoring goals. And I want my midfielders to chip in with the odd goals here, there and everywhere, a handful between them all.
Yeah, I definitely think we need to get the numbers up. We need the goals to be spread more across the team. I mean, people are chipping in with goals. Look at Davis in midweek. He's already got a couple of goals this season, but you would like your wider players to be cutting in and scoring goals. You mentioned young King earlier on and how this is going to be a test for him. This is probably the sort of first game he's going to get tested in the sort of Premier League in terms of the height of some of these Livingston players, eh?
Definitely. Well, Liverpool will get tested more from a technical point of view because they're technically gifted players. But this one is just going to be brute force, by the way. This is going to be the real cold face of the Premiership. This is going to be the one that you go, let's see if you can stand up to this son. And don't get me wrong, I'm confident in the boy. The boy is a fantastic player. He's got a great attitude, and it's been said many times, Linda, he's mature beyond his years. So I've no fear for the boy, but he's going to have his hands full. And I hope that the rest of them, the senior pros, McGregor and all them, will let the boy know that they were with him. They're the way him. Don't care what happens, son. You just stick in. We're with you. Back the boy right up. And I'm sure they will. They will.
Anyway, we've been joined by Aussie Ger. How you doing, Aussie Ger?
I'm good, guys. How's everything going over there?
Yeah, we're doing fine. Thanks for joining us. What's your first impressions of the team?
Oh yeah, it's more or less what I expected.
Yeah.
I mean, you couldn't really see anything else, could you?
No. And
with all the injuries we got.
Yeah, that's right. And who are you looking for to put on a good performance today?
Oh, the big man Kolak up front.
Yeah. You like him?
Of course.
Yeah. Many goals is that? He's got 13 so far this season, I think.
Yeah, I think it's about that. But I'm just wondering if old Rolls Royce Stephen Davis, where's he going to play? Is he going to be playing the holding midfield, or is Lundstrom going to be playing the holding midfield? Or I hope they both don't play holding midfield because we're playing against Livingston. Come on, one of them's got to be up.
Yeah.
I don't think it will be.
Yeah,
I don't think it will be. No, I don't think it will be. I don't think he played the whole midfielder Aussie against Dundee. I think he was further forward against Dundee. He actually slipped back, and I think that's one of the reasons that we sort of fell out the game. But
yeah,
I think what I want him to do today is play further forward, like the old Steve Davis used to play, where he used to play, and don't be that holding midfielder, and just leave it to Lundstrom, or vice versa. Leave the holding to Davis and push Lundstrom forward. Either or, but I'm with you on that. I don't want two holding midfielders. That doesn't make any sense. So I'm hoping to see one, if sometimes the two of them forward, because you'll not need it. We need to attack this mob. We need to get in their faces. We need to make sure that they're the ones that are working doubly hard. They're struggling to contain us. I want us to see us. We're Glasgow Rangers. You're at Ibrox Park. You've got 50,000 fans standing there. We're going to just pummel you. We are going to go for you. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah. Aussie Ger, we were just talking about Kent, and it would be nice to see him maybe getting on the score sheet today and having a better display for us.
Yeah, I mean he scored a goal. It was against Motherwell, was it?
Who was this?
Hearts away.
Yeah, Hearts away. Yeah, he scored against Hearts, and I thought he was going to kick on, but he hasn't really done much since then. So.
Yeah. Do you think he's lacking?
He's one of those.
He's lacking confidence, Aussie Ger? Do you think it's a confidence thing, or do you think it's maybe the contract situation? Is it just a sort of combination of everything, really?
Well, I mean, it could be a combination of both, but I think he's definitely lacking confidence, and I would have thought that the goal he got would have boosted his confidence a fair bit, but no, it was as if that was a one-off, and he just become the same Kent that's been playing for the season since the start of the season.
And I suppose Albert, he's not the kind of a happy-go-lucky chap anyway, isn't he? No, Ryan Kent, he never really looks that happy. But
no, he at times he's a door-faced wee trumpet. No, I mean, you look at him and you go, come on, son. You feel like putting your lunch in your boot up his ring. No, I mean, you go, cheer up. Come on, what's up with you? At when you miscontrol the ball, have a smile and go, look, I'm a bit of a tit here, look what I've done. But still, he's always bending down certainly soaks. He's got the best soaks fixer in the world, by the way. He must be, because he's good at that, because he never stops doing it. But the trouble with Kent and any other player that's half form, you need to be brave, right? When you're half form, you need to be brave. And the reason you need to be brave is because you need to keep asking for the ball. And you know that you're not playing well. And the last thing you really got you're wanting is the ball, because you're not playing well. But he needs to be brave, and the rest of them need to be brave who are not in form. And I demand the ball, keep asking for the ball, because eventually it will come. Eventually it will click back into place for you. But you need to have the ball to make it do that, especially if you're a winger like him. So he needs to demand the ball more and more and more, and really move into position to get the ball and demand it. And if it doesn't work out, keep going back for more, and it will click. That's the problem with him. He's not been brave enough. He's no putting himself in a position where he demands the ball. And if they don't give him the ball, kick up hell. I mean, if Barisic, when he gave me the ball, I'd be done telling him straight. You give me the ball, and you give me it at the right time, and you give me it at the right pace. Don't mince about. I'm moving for you. I'm going into the place to get the ball. Give me it. And if you're not playing well and the guys are taking the ball off you, you're tripping over the ball, you're not crossing the ball properly, that doesn't matter. Just pick yourself up, dust yourself on, and demand the ball again. Keep going, and your form will come back.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Aussie Ger, Barisic and Kent have linked up well in the past, haven't they? It's maybe just no clicked right for them this season, but there's always hope that it will. They will kick on, because they're two good players.
I mean, sometimes they can cramp each other's style, if you get what I mean. They're too close to each other, and they get muddled up between themselves, and they lose the ball, and then Barisic is out of position, and that can cause troubles at the back. But I mean, I want Kent to, if he has a chance at going for goal, to take the shot. Not to second guess himself, take the shot, because you never know what's going to happen. I mean, I don't care if it goes 10 foot or 100 foot above the crossbar, above the goal, into row Z. At least he's having the confidence to have a shot, and not go, oh no, I'm going to pass it off. Yeah. Because we seen that a couple of weeks ago. He had the chance of a shot, and then he second guessed himself and passed it off, and there was a clear space straight towards the goal from his foot, and I was saying to myself, take the shot, yeah. But it's what I want to see from Kent.
Yeah,
because we know he can score, and he's got a good left foot.
Yeah.
Or is it right foot? Yeah.
He's kind of two-footed, actually, to a certain degree, I think, Aussie Ger. And Aussie Ger, what about Tillman? You looking for more from him on a consistent basis?
Yeah, I mean, I take it he's going to be playing directly behind Kolak.
Yeah,
I can't see him playing out on the right. Yeah. I'm guessing Arfield's going to be out on the right, and Tillman's in the middle, and then Kent out on the left.
Yeah.
So yeah, I want to see a more consistent game from him, and to do what he did last week.
Yeah, I mean, Albert, he's got talent, Tillman, isn't he? It's just a matter of trying to show it on a more consistent basis.
Oh, he's got talent. He's got talent, no doubt about that. He's one of the players that could frustrate you at times, because he looks that laid back and languish when he's running with the ball, and you're going, but he gets away from players. And he's absolutely brilliant. I've noticed that he's brilliant. See, reading a pass and cutting a pass off, catching a player in possession. He's fantastic at it. He really is. He's a player. He definitely, and he's got full of confidence. That's what I like about the boy as well. He's full of confidence. He doesn't care who he's playing against. But you must play him in the middle of the park. Come on, if he plays him out in the right today, man, there's something seriously wrong there with him. He's got to play in the middle of the park. The boy can't play that right onside. I think he probably could play in it. He's just not interested in playing out there. That's not his game whatsoever. But he has got talent. You're right. He's got real talent. The boy could go anywhere in the game if he just put it in his mind to do it. And again, he's only a young guy. I mean, I can't remember what age he is. He's 19, 20 or something. He's only young.
Yeah. I think he's only maybe a year older than Leon King, maybe a year and a half older than him, because somebody was talking about that the other night, I think, in one of the shows. And also as well, Aussie J, young King, Albert was saying earlier on, this is going to be quite a challenge for him because of the height of some of these Livingston forwards.
I mean, he just needs to back his own ability and do the best he can, because, I mean, that's all we can ask for. And don't second guess yourself when going for the ball, because that's what their forwards will feed off.
Yeah, he seems a really likeable young guy, doesn't he, Albert? He talks very well. Obviously, his family are all big Rangers fans, and you can just hear what it means to him, to actually play for Rangers.
Oh, he was talking. The first time I heard him talking the other week, really, in an interview, I was really impressed with the boy. I'm going to myself, you're way ahead your years, you son. You go. He knows the score. When keeping his head down, he needs to work. I need to get better. I need to work with the coaches. I mean, he's saying all the right things, by the way, and he's doing the right things on the park. Let's not be honest. He's only 18, the boy. I mean, it's fun, and he's in one of the most important positions on the park and in your team. And he's handling it really, really well. I mean, come on. Even if he messes up the day, even if he doesn't handle it properly in some of the games, you've still got to give him 10 out of 10, because it's a big ask, 18 years of age, to go in there in front of all the fans. And the teams, and by the way, the most important thing, the team's not playing well. And he's still holding his own. That's a big credit to the boy. That really is a big... It's one thing getting into a Rangers team who are playing really well. You know what I mean? It's another thing getting into a Rangers team that are not playing well. And proving that you can handle it. That's a big plus for that boy. It really is.
Yeah. Aussie Ger, what's your score prediction for the game today then, and your scorers?
I'm going for another 4-0 home win, and the big fella up front to get a brace before getting taken off.
That's a fair bet.
Who else is going to get on the score sheet for you then?
Oh, I hope Arfield and Tillman get the other two.
Arfield and Tillman. Good stuff. Well, guys, we're going to start to wrap up the show now and get ready to watch the game, and hopefully we're going to be celebrating a Rangers win and a good performance. So thanks, Aussie Ger, for calling in. It was good to hear from you. And you too, Albert. Good to have you on. Good chat. Too. So thanks to Old School Blue for doing the technicals today, and thanks to everybody for listening. Rangers Radio will be back approximately 15 minutes after the final whistle, hopefully talking about a Rangers victory and a really good performance. So take it away, Old School Blue.
Call you, I need you, my heart's on fire. Come to me wild and wide. Oh, you come to me. Give me everything that I need. Give me a lifetime of promises and a world of dreams. Speak a language of love like you know what it means. I can't be wrong. Take my heart and make it stronger, babe. You're simply the best, better than all the rest, better than anyone I've ever made. Stuck on your heart, oh, I hang on every word you say. Tear us apart. Baby, I would rather we did. In your heart, I see the start of every night and every day. In your arms, I get lost and I get washed away. Just as long as I'm here in your arms, I could be in no better place. You're simply the best.